Welcome to Bo Eminent channel. That's a fascinating topic. The phrase, silent language of fungi, usually refers to the hidden ways fungi communicate, interact, and influence their environments, often without us realizing it. Here are some of the key ways this language is being decoded. Thanks for watching. Request you to subscribe the channel. Electrical signals, fungal communication like nerves. Some fungi transmit tiny electrical impulses through their networks of hyphae, thread-like filaments. Recent studies suggest these patterns of impulses resemble a primitive form of language, possibly used to coordinate growth, resource sharing, or responses to threats. Researchers have even likened these pulses to words and sentences, with some fungi having vocabularies of up to 50 different signal patterns. Mechanical and rhythmic signals. Some fungi expand and contract in rhythmic pulses while growing, almost like a biological heartbeat. This mechanical patterning might synchronize growth or resource use. Implications of decoding this language could help agriculture by boosting crop resilience. May unlock new medicines hidden in fungal communication chemistry. Offers insights into ecosystem health and biodiversity. Raises deep questions about intelligence and communication beyond humans and animals. Beneath our feet, in the darkness of soil and decaying wood, fungi are constantly speaking a silent language that scientists are only just beginning to decipher. This language doesn't use sound or words, but instead relies on networks of filaments, chemical whispers, and even electrical pulses. These hidden conversations shape the way forests grow, how plants survive, and how entire ecosystems stay in balance. It is a story of communication so quiet and so ancient that we have overlooked it for centuries, yet it may be one of the most important dialogues on Earth. Some of the most remarkable discoveries come from the study of fungal electrical activity. Using tiny electrodes, researchers have found that certain fungi send bursts of electrical impulses along their hyphae, thread-like structures that make up their bodies. These bursts often come in repeating patterns, similar to words and sentences. A few species appear to have signal repertoires as complex as 50 words. While we don't yet know exactly what these signals mean, many scientists suspect they help coordinate fungal growth, warn of environmental threats, or communicate with the plants that fungi connect underground. That underground connection is sometimes called the Wood Wide Web. Through vast networks of mycorrhizal fungi, trees and plants can share nutrients, water, and even messages. When a tree is attacked by insects, for example, it may send a chemical warning through the fungal network, prompting nearby trees to boost their defenses. In times of stress, older trees can send extra resources to seedlings, ensuring the forest as a whole survives. The fungi are not just passive conduits in this process, they also take their share, acting as both guardians and gatekeepers of the network. Fungi also use chemicals to communicate with the broader living world. They release scents to attract insects, enzymes to carve out territory, and compounds to defend against competitors. Some of these chemical words have already changed human history. Penicillin, for example, was born from a fungal defense strategy. Others remain locked within the fungal lexicon, waiting to be discovered, possibly holding cures or innovations we can't yet imagine. Decoding this silent language is not just a scientific curiosity, it is a doorway to understanding life itself. Fungi remind us that communication is not limited to sound or sight. It can pulse through soil, spread across roots, or drift invisibly on the wind. Their language challenges our human-centered idea of intelligence and reveals that the world is alive with hidden conversations. In learning to listen, we may discover new ways to live more closely with nature and with each other. Beneath the forest floor lies a secret world where fungi are quietly shaping life in ways most of us never notice. To the casual eye, a mushroom is just a curious growth after the rain, but to scientists, it is the fruit of a vast underground network, one that hums with a kind of hidden conversation. This silent language of fungi is not spoken in words or sounds but in signals, chemicals, and rhythms that ripple through soil and roots. It is an ancient dialogue, older than forests themselves, and now researchers are finally beginning to decode it. One of the most astonishing discoveries is that fungi appear to send electrical impulses along their filaments, much like nerves in an animal. These pulses don't fire randomly, they often arrive in clusters and patterns that resemble the structure of human language. Some species seem to speak with a surprisingly large vocabulary, using these signals to coordinate their growth or perhaps even share information about their environment. The idea that a mushroom might be talking in pulses of electricity is as wondrous as it is humbling, reminding us that intelligence takes many forms. This hidden conversation extends far beyond fungi themselves. Through intricate partnerships with plants, fungi weave together what scientists call the wood wide web. In this underground network, roots and fungal threads intertwine, creating channels through which trees can send nutrients, water, and warning messages. When one tree is weakened by drought, its neighbors may funnel resources toward it. When insects chew at its leaves, chemical alerts spread through fungal threads to warn others. The forest becomes a community bound not just by sunlight and air but by the silent, steady whispers of fungi. Yet fungi do not limit their messages to plants. They also communicate with the wider world through chemicals. Some release scents to attract insects, ensuring their spores spread far and wide. Others produce powerful compounds to keep rival microbes at bay. Humanity has already benefited from this chemical vocabulary. Penicillin, one of the most important medicines ever discovered, was simply a fungal defense signal turned into a life-saving drug. Countless other fungal messages still wait to be deciphered, each with the potential to transform medicine, agriculture, or technology. The more we learn, the more it becomes clear that fungi are not just background actors in the story of life. They are storytellers themselves, shaping the plot in ways too subtle for us to notice until now. Their silent language is one of connection, resilience, and survival. By listening more closely to these quiet conversations, we may uncover not only practical discoveries but also a deeper understanding of the living world. The soil beneath our feet is speaking, all we have to do is learn how to hear it.